Ul. So once again, I'm going to be all mysterious and stuff because you have no idea what I'm unboxing because it's not like it's in the title of the video.
It might not be in the title of it if you don't put it there.
It always is. I put it in the title because, I mean, why wouldn't I?
Why did it come from Germany?
Because for some reason that's where everybody does for the European game. I thought it would have come from France. It's Ubisoft.
It's probably just like the distribution hub for Europe.
Germany does seem to be the main distribution hub. Valve use that as well for the Steam controller.
Are we not going to unbox the receipt?
There's a receipt there.
The one you just took off. The shipping manifest.
Yeah. There you go. There's a receipt if you want to see it. Here you go. That could be your job for the day. Oh.
Definitely what we thought it was.
Random piece of cardboard.
It says, thank you for choosing Ubisoft.
I might actually put that up on the wall. And then there's the game right on top. In another... It's upside down though. The game soundtrack.
Is that... I thought it was a mini disc when I saw the...
Why do they always put these in these little sleeves? I don't get it, because usually when you get a soundtrack, they'll also have an extra thing inside here that you can slot it into that. It's like, why not just put it in there in the first place?
No idea. I mean, it hasn't actually come in a bigger box, has it? With
there's more stuff in there.
No, I mean, like, the game itself in a bigger box with room for another disc.
Oh,
although it might have a second disc holder in there.
Something that Ubisoft tend to do is they give you the regular disc like this, and then they'll give you a steelbook as well.
No.
They did that with Assassin's Creed 3.
I want to look at the artwork on that. I think it's just standard artwork, isn't it?
I'm not wearing my glasses. Is it actually recording?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just like this.
Oh my god! It has an actual manual!
That's awesome.
With, warning, read before playing, game instructions, customer service and warranty. In 1, 2... Oh, that's the guarantee. Oh no, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 5 different languages and then 2 pages for notes. That's it.
Is this supposed to be like
code.
one of those things that you get at the seaside where you stick your hand in? It's like
maybe. There's a thing telling me that there's some kind of app that you can do. Go to Ghost Recon to check your profile thing.
This is my role for the video now.
There's my season pass. My deluxe edition, which gives me a Huntsman motorbike, which I probably won't be able to drive because for some reason the controls are weird.
Yeah, the motorbikes were really weird.
Huntsman rifle. Looks like a shotgun. And some emblems and XP.
They what?
Yeah, go ahead. And holy shit!
It's like a hunting shotgun rather than...
Whoa!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 completely useless discs because I have an activation code.
Which I'm
This is going to force you to download a patch the size of the install anyway.
Well, yeah, because that activates the game, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't need these. I can just put the code. I
Are
suppose
they on CDs? Like, it wasn't
No,
that
these
big
are
of an...
DVDs.
What? It wasn't that big of an install.
Then again, we were only playing 2 parts of the map, and there are 17 of them.
Yeah, but I mean, the other terrain was still there.
Was it?
Well,
Apparently
you could
not
see
then.
you could see outside your region, remember?
Yeah, but how far could you see outside your region? You can
From
only
that
see to the
mountainous one,
next-
we could see miles away,
you
like
could see
2 or
to the
3
next
regions away.
region. I don't think you could. I think the idea is for this actually lets you do an offline install.
No, that's pretty cool.
So,
Assume it doesn't require you to go online on Uplay to actually
well then, if
activate
it did,
it.
why bother giving us the discs?
Uplay does have an offline mode, so
Mm,
that's probably what it's for.
well, if it's offline mode, then it's not going to register the. It might need the code to unlock the disc, though, like the old style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Still not as crazy as the what was it, Dark Souls 3, where all it had was the Steam installer on the disc.
Fallen Angel thing on the back of this.
Don't know.
Fallen Angel figurine. I'm guessing that's what's in the box.
No, actually, it's a big skull. No, that's something you can buy from the Ubi store. It's another collectible that ties into the game. Inside the box is a big skull.
Let me set like the papers and stuff and keep around a stack over here.
Yeah, if you'll do it, please. Right, box. And here's the actual collector's edition box stuff, which has a bunch of shrink wrap around the bottom of it, but only the bottom of it. Because reasons.
Is that even shrink wrap or is that just cling film?
Cling film. Random piece of plastic. That's a really cool looking box, to be fair.
Ooh.
Nice padded foam thing there. Could use that as a pillow. Actually, yeah, you could.
That, yeah. I don't think it'd feel too good to...
Lie down on it.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd want to lay down on it. You might have to put a cover over it or something. We could probably use it as a cushion.
How am I going
Ooh,
to get
it's
this
very
thing out of
firm.
here?
Yeah, it's
Right, well,
pretty
there's the
nice.
headset, which was the main reason I got it. And
Oh,
it
I
does
feel
fit
it
right
really
over my
smells.
ears.
There's no art book?
It might be, yeah. Might be underneath the...
But it only has one plug-in thing.
It's stereo.
Yeah, but it's a mic and headset.
Yeah, you can do it through the same connection. You can with your... Yeah.
It has an adapter.
Some
thing that's on your
motherboards
PC.
can do it through one connection, but
I'll probably do it through both.
yeah, you probably get cleaner audio that way.
It has a big... Oh, it has a turnable one rather than an up and down. You actually get a physical manual and you can turn the mic on and off.
I do like having a mic switch.
Doesn't seem to have a pop filter on this though. I can barely hear anything with it on, but it does actually properly cover my
Yeah,
ears.
it's got solid backs to the earphones.
Which is really nice. It's around my ears rather than over them, rather than on them. But dear God, it I'm trying.
Sure.
Blanks out so much of the sound that. And there's the random skull that I give absolutely zero fucks about.
There's not much resistance to them either, so they're not going to be like massively uncomfy to wear.
Yeah, it's really comfy. But how the fuck am I going to get this out without tearing it? It's a little.
Maybe you're supposed to take the
Thing
base
stuck
out of the
into
box. Maybe.
No, because it's actually it's like set into a thing.
Do you want to try that?
Bending it like crazy.
Sure.
Where's that knife gone?
Over there.
Get out, you swank.
Is that collectible flag thing that we could find in the game?
I have no idea. I don't know. I didn't
So I
know it
remember
was
we-
coming with this.
I remember we found like a collectible piece of cloth in the game that was like in a church.
It's a little bag thing.
Oh.
that opens and has
The art book maybe?
a postcard thing in
It'd
it.
be brilliant if the postcard just has a giant middle finger on it.
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands and some stuff you can't quite read because it's in Thingy Bob. And yeah, it's a bunch of postcards. Oh, it's the flamingos.
Oh,
In
cool.
Montioch.
Do you want me to put that close to the camera?
Sure.
It's actually visible.
These are actual postcards as well. They work as actual postcards. It's
Yeah, they've got
Espiritu
the-
Santo and Inca Camina.
Oh, I've asked it to bunny, but never mind.
Well, she'd already looked at it.
Oh.
Can you hear anything we're saying?
Yeah.
It's difficult though through that, isn't it? They're proper noise cancellers, those.
I can still hear things.
Muffled. There's a thing here telling you about how the headset works. I think the reason they have it like this is because it also works with the Xbox and
that makes sense.
PlayStation 4. They
So
only
you can
have the
just
one
plug it,
for.
yeah. So you just plug it into those.
Yeah. Tells you the quality of stuff. It has a bit about the Xbox, has PC and Mac, mobile phones and tablets, PC.
Getting actual
PlayStation
postcards
4.
instead of just things that look like postcards is pretty cool though.
And then the in-game map, which is also a poster on the other side.
It's a shame it didn't come with a copy of Bolivia's lawsuit against USA.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. How many different regions there are?
There's 21.
Yeah.
We've
massive.
seen Itacua and
Secure and Montioch.
Montacoc or something like that.
Montioch, which are these two here.
Yeah, they're the
So
two we've
Montioch's
seen.
actually on the edge.
We actually must have had a little bit of another region then to be able to get through to Monticoc. Because
This
it's
time
not
of it
actually
here.
connected, is it?
Barvechos.
So there must have been a small part of another region included to like you connect. To
And there are obviously little bits of all around these as well that we could go into, but not very
Because I
far.
remember we could see like all the way over, like towards an airport. So we must have been able to see across this region.
There's a train
that
cemetery
direction.
here, Silver Mine, Burned Village, your insertion point there,
Yeah,
and then there's the
bunch of different scenes from around the game world.
stuff. I'll probably put
Are they all
the
from
map
different
version
regions,
up.
or are they just like all from the same one?
Yeah, I think they're points of interest in the game. Like the train graveyard and stuff.
There's like a huge mine on one of them.
Hit the drugs, hit the money, hit the king. Yeah, that mine might be the one that we went through before we were supposed to. So when we actually went there, we knew exactly what we were doing. Just observed everyone.
One thing I noticed actually was like those early gameplay videos show them like grabbing people and throwing them in the boot of a car and driving away with them and like getting something for that.
Mm-hmm.
In the beta, we never got that.
There'll be things.
It was always just go in and shoot the dude.
But you did only get the first 2 parts of the game though.
Yeah.
And there are, like you said, there are 21 in total.
They were going on though about like play it your way. You know, like if you want to assassinate them, go for it. But if you want to extract them, do that too. But
I think
then when we
behind-
got to the missions, it was always just go kill the dude.
I think their idea behind the beta was, it's the very beginning, keep it more focused.
Yeah, I guess so.
Otherwise because you give them a hint, an idea, a taster of what it's like. I mean, there were missions where we'd like go and extract somebody, I suppose. Like one near the beginning we did.
Did we look at the skull? Is there anything special with the skull?
No, it's just a skull.
You could build like a little shrine around it, I guess, and have like a little Santa Gria or whatever it's called shrine.
Sure. Or I could
Just need some goat blood and chicken intestines or something.
Or I could just put it on the shelf. That works too.
It's pretty cool. It's heavy as well.
It is, but
That's
this is what I got it for.
That's like a full pound? Did you say? Maybe more?
Maybe a
It's
pound.
about £2, that, I think. Yeah. All in all, I don't give a shit about anything other than these.
I'll give
Game.
it until tomorrow night before someone's calling that Black Skull racist.
What?
Sounds about right. Well then. Ooh, yeah. Let's do something like that. Put it up on the wall.
It'd have been cool if they'd actually had like a second piece of cardboard that had like the remainder of the picture or something else in there, so they went together.
Especially if it was upside down like that. Yeah, we'll put them up on the wall. That was really cool, actually. Hey, that's 2 pieces of cardboard put together. So of course it is.
Pretty thick.
No,
That's what she
this
said.
one is 2 pieces of cardboard
Oh,
for some reason.
I guess it was to make it thick enough to hold the game.
Yeah, you have to be pretty stupid to pre-order
Is that
stuff
bag
from it
actually
yourself.
cloth, by the way?
The what?
The bag thing that Kev
Yeah,
put
it's
the stuff in.
fabric.
Oh, that's pretty well made as well. It's like that same kind of cloth we used back in school when they were teaching everybody sewing.
Yeah.
Because it's practically impossible to fuck up if you chew it up in the sewing machine.
Thank you for choosing. Racism. Is this a shame of or display? And the Asian woman is the one laughing the most, sort of taking the piss out of Asians.
Well, that was a Japanese accent, so.
Yeah, but it's like, didn't you know all Rasians all
Radiance.
Rasians are exactly the same when they marry a Beru.
This is surprisingly hard to close up again.
Yeah, it was a bugger to get it out.
I'm having trouble getting the wood through the slit.
And no, there's no steelbook with this one. Interesting.
Yeah, you'd think a collector's edition would come with a steelbook.
They usually do. I'm such a sucker for those things.
I actually kind of like the skull.
The skull is pretty cool. I just didn't get it for that. I got it for this. So
It's a shame it doesn't, like the stand doesn't have like a little stand to sit inside the skull so it stands up like that on the desk, on the shelf.
Yeah, it's still
I guess you could just put something behind it.
Um,
Otherwise it would be like leant backwards, because like that holds it relatively level. It's not as unlevel as I thought.
it's not that far back. It is. 'Cause it does have the bit that comes down here.
Yeah.
It's just hollow inside.
It felt like it would have like been angled more like a 20 or so degree angle, but it's not as much as I thought.
Not the
pretty
best
cool.
collector's edition I've ever got, to be fair. Although
You
the
did get an
headset
actual
is,
working headset with it.
Yeah, that was one thing that really won me over for it. £105, I got it for 92 because I got a 15.
I think for £100 though you'd have got an actual 5.1 headset with it. That's kind of a letdown.
But the quality of the mic is quite high. And there is the other stuff as well. I'm pretty impressed with that. The headset, definitely, because it really does cancel out the sound. I hear myself like really distant and deep rumbling. I
Yeah,
hear myself through my own head.
it'd
Rather
be a lot better when you're actually playing something and you've
Definitely.
got sounds blocking out outside sound.
build quality is quite good on that as well. It's a nice solid plastic for these things. Not metal like the real ones would be, but still.
Looked like it got a couple of reinforcing bands on the headband as well, so you're not going to pull it apart one day and snap it in half by accident. Don't. You're going to be so disappointed if you do that and it snaps.
I suppose
I had an old Speedlink Medusa headset and I went to pull it apart to put it on one day and it just snapped straight off.
I suppose their excuse for why it's not 5.1 is because out in the field you wouldn't have a 5.1. You'd probably just have mono. But
well, it's also, I don't think the Xbox and PlayStation.
No, they can only do it through HDMI because you can only get 5.1 through an HDMI. It's not like the PlayStation 3 did it through a fucking AV cable or anything. The PlayStation 2 did it through an AV cable. But that wasn't real 5.1. It was only it still had 5.1 speaker output. It doesn't matter if it wasn't real, it was still 5.1. Anyway, I have a Razer sign up so I can get that done. That way. So
cool.
That was that.
I'm going to fart in your chair.
Awesome.
I've now farted in your chair.
The sound you have just heard is my ass. It was in fact my ass. That means I have farted in your speaker. Bitch.